Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing Easy, where easy and best are seldom on the same path. And that is a quote by the author. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Arnold. Anyway, we are going to experience something new today with a new friend of mine, Simone, whom I just met yesterday. And we'll talk about that because it's really unique how God orchestrates things and brings people together for the glory of other people. And with Simone's story today, as every other episode, it's raw, it's authentic. I am led with the questions and then she will answer. And I believe that if you need to stop what you're doing, pay attention to what she's saying, and take notes, because I believe that there are going to be some revelations here that you need. And the audience going into 2025, this is going to be the very first episode going into 2025, which will drop tomorrow. And I am hoping and praying that everybody is ready for a prosperous year. And we have to be intentional about that. So with all of that introduction, Simone, how are you this morning?
I'm okay. Hello, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, and you are absolutely stunning. I know we had some conversations about that prior to coming on. And your
Yes,
beauty is going to shine through, whether it's through your voice and your testimony, or if somebody is watching this on the YouTube channel.
yes.
So let's begin with how did I meet you?
Well, you called me yesterday for a business meeting,
Mhm.
and it was it turned from a business meeting to a broadcast interview, which was amazing. It's just an honor to be able to tell my story because it was going to be told regardless through my book or through me trying to get my podcast together also.
Beautiful. And I'm going to ask you a favor. Can you turn your volume up on your laptop?
Sure, I thought it was
That would be
100.
great. I want to make
Okay,
sure everybody gets to hear you.
are we okay now?
That's much better. Thank you. Okay, so we met through a business meeting, had nothing to do with my podcast, but then you started sharing some of your story with me, and your energy, I think, is what really caught my attention.
Yes.
And sometimes in life, we come across people that seem to have this incredible energy and this glow about them. And we almost feel like, wow, they don't have any trouble going on. They've never been through anything and they're doing just great. Look at them.
Oh, that's a
Is that
lie.
true?
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. The ones with the glow and the energies, the ones with the most problems.
Ah, can you repeat that?
People who glow, smile, and does not wear their problems on their face are the ones with the most problems.
Yeah. So when we're looking at others and we just see their brilliance and their brightness, know that there is something beneath that. But
Yeah.
in spite of it, they can still shine. And
Yes.
that is a message for somebody today who is at their wits' end and they're thinking, is anything ever going to get any better? What can get better right now and in the moment is your attitude. So your perspective is what shapes your attitude. So can you
I
tell
think
me,
more like your mindset.
okay.
Attitude, but more like your mindset. Like changing your mindset, instead of is would anything ever get better for me? Things are better, you know?
Mm,
I think it's a mindset thing.
okay. Did you ever
Yeah.
have to adjust your mindset?
Oh, big time. Big
Tell me
time.
about it.
I adjusted my mindset to tell myself, listen, it's either you bet on yourself or you continue building other people and watch everyone else grow while you're still there helping them grow. Does that make
Hmm.
sense to you?
Sort of, but I'm not sure I'm following. So
Okay,
mindset.
it's just like the corporate world, right?
Mhm.
We go to work, we work for the dollar of the corporate. They're paying us a certain money, right? In our head, we have to do the work. We have to do the work to keep the company going,
Mhm.
correct?
Yep.
All right. Now, change that to a entrepreneur, right? That entrepreneur has to tell their self every single day that we're going to make it.
Mhm.
I have a goal. I need to make this quarter by this quarter in order to be successful in this business. They have to tell themselves that every day because they're one person versus a corporation who have multiple people. So it's a mindset.
Okay. And so we are a piece of the puzzle. And when let's talk about something outside of the corporate world, because everybody can understand that, right? We are trading our time for
Yes,
money, and that's what
yes,
we do. Being good stewards of that money is up to us. And a lot of
mhm,
that has to do with our attitude towards money and the
of
mindset that
course.
surrounds it.
Yes.
So take it to your personal life. Tell me about a
Mhm.
time in your personal life. You know, again, this is a podcast about struggle and overcoming it so that we
Yes.
can shine light and bring encouragement to those that are listening. Can you tell
Yes.
me or think about a time that you were really struggling and how you were able to embrace that and overcome it?
Well, I struggled my whole entire life besides the youth. But this past summer was the most tedious time.
Mm,
This past summer, God spoke to me. Now look at it. You know, everyone say God. Where's your God? Where is this? Where is that? Right? You're speaking to a man that you never seen. Some people have heard him. And some of the times I get jealous because I'm like, then why can I not hear him? If he said that
mm,
we all his kids, right?
mhm.
You
Yes,
don't see this person, you don't hear this person, but they're telling you you must have faith,
yes.
right? You must have faith that he is working, and that's just that, right?
Hmm. And
Yet
faith the
you have
size of what?
of a muscle seed.
And is that the smallest seed known to man?
Well, I don't even know because I didn't even pay attention to seeds.
It
You
is.
know, it
It
is.
is.
Okay. All right. And then you have people who are saying they hear him, they see him, but yet you don't see him. How can I have faith? Right? How can
Mm-hmm.
you have faith? Because we as human, we're naturally jealous, right? We
Mm.
come with little jealousy. Yes, we all do. Right? Okay. Anyway, this past summer, I always believed in God, but never to this amount of capacity. This past summer, I was sitting down and I was in school and I was a little bored of Facebook and I had an app called TikTok that I never opened. I had TikTok for so long, I never opened this app here. And I started opening it, I felt drawn to certain people on it and certain things they were talking about. I was like, wow, this sounds like something that I'm going through at the moment. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So I got addicted to it. And I
Mm.
started, I started seeing things. I started hearing things. And I'm like, what is going on? Confused as everybody else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with my boyfriend at the time. He died November 16, 2024, just recently. I was with,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say he died?
yes.
I am so sorry.
Right. Well, I'm sorry too because he had potential, but you see what I'm about to say to you is it's going to blow this roof here. So like I said, I got engaged in TikTok. TikTok was talking to me a couple of things and I was like, wow, this just seems like this is going on in my life. But then I started reading the Bible because some of them will tell you go read the Bible and they say, God speak to you in different places, right? Different things, through different, and I'm like, wow, is he talking to me? I'm happy now because I'm like, oh my God, I get to hear him. I get to hear what's going on. And then one day I was standing in my room and I dropped to my knees and I started crying. And I don't know why. I
Ooh.
don't know why that happened. And Tasha Cobbs was on and I was playing her song. And I dropped to my knees and I just started talking and I didn't know what was going on. And I'm like praising him, honoring him, surrendering to him. And I said, okay, this was different. Then it was done. That same day, my boyfriend at the time, he said to me, you know that I'm the king, right? I didn't understand what he was talking about. I didn't
Mm,
understand what he was talking about. And anyway, a long story short, because it's a lot. My boyfriend that I loved was trying so hard with that was suffering from mental health that I learned. I know something was wrong, but it was too late when I got into his life. He
mm,
was exposed to a lot of stuff already. He carried a lot of malice, a lot of jealousy. So anytime someone was doing great, it was never a happy for that person. It was, oh, I can do better. Or it was more
mm,
of a competition.
mhm.
I learned that my ex worked black magic on me. Yes.
Oh, no.
And he used these things called love spell. I feel like I'm stuck in the 1979s when I was born because I feel stupid to this world. Let me tell you something. The purpose of dating a marriage or anything, really take your time because these men, women, because you have men on these podcasts, they're doing stuff. You
Mhm,
understand? It can be by multiple things, by word of mouth, jealousy. Oh my God. What I went through this past summer with my ex and the stuff them that I started seeing, because now God was entering my life. And this is why he dropped me in the summertime for me to surrender to him because I was supposed to die this past summer. Yes.
You were supposed to die? How do you know that?
He, he spoke to me. He told me in words. He spoke to me. He told me my ex started going crazy. I started sleeping with a knife underneath my bed. Mind you, I've been with this man almost 3 years and I never felt like this. Never
Mm.
his demeanor changed dramatically. He used to say things like, if I can't have you, no one will have you. If I'm not going to be with you, no one is not going to be with you.
Okay, Simone, I want to stop you for a second. And when you're
Yeah,
bringing up points that I really want to drive home with the audience, I'm going to interrupt you. So I apologize in advance for that.
it's fine. It's
There's a
fine.
couple of things that you said. One is if you are looking to date,
Yes.
take your time.
Time.
Take
Yeah.
your time. Get to know them outside of who you think they are. And
Yes.
even, looking on social media is not going to reveal their true person
No.
ever for any
Absolutely.
of us. We are putting our highlight reels up there for people to see.
Listen, the way I'm so connected to my father, to God right now is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I gave my life to him. I trust a man I never seen in my life, never heard, but know his word more than I trust our humans.
Yes.
I'm so fearful right now that I trust no one. No one. You understand me? Then I
Mm.
learned other stuff, and that's for a part two. But you have to get to know these people. My question is now to men, what is your God life like? That's my first question. What is your God life like?
Mm.
Because it depends on how you answer that question. It's going to tell me you as a person. What are you looking within yourself? What you feel within yourself, what God is to you. Because
Hmm.
most people be like, oh, I love God. I appreciate him. He does good things to me. Really?
But that
Really?
doesn't tell you about their
That
relationship
doesn't tell you
because
anything
by
about that
their
relationship.
fruits, we
By
know
your
what their
fruit.
belief
So
is.
could remember, when we were younger, they used to say, ask them, how is their relationship with their mother and father? Because the
Mm,
Lord says we must honor our mother and father,
mhm.
right?
Yes.
A lot of men would tell you they love their mom, they
Hmm.
love their father, but they never tell you that their father was abusive to their mother. They seen their mother being abused. So they abuse women after a certain time, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I
Yes.
stopped asking those questions. My question now, going into the dating field, when I'm ready to go into the dating field, because
Hmm.
this past relationship did a number on me, you know. When I do decide to go into the dating field, is tell me what your God life is like.
Yeah. Well, and I would say that, the second part of what you had mentioned, even before you shared get to know the person, is you were jealous and envious of other people that heard from God, but yet you weren't getting into the word to hear from him for yourself. And so you
Exactly.
have to get into the word. If you want to hear him speak to you, it is a
Yes.
personal relationship. You don't get to know your bestie by not paying attention to them and having conversations with them. So it's the same thing with our creator. And so I love that you figured that out, that now there is no jealousy. I mean, it is your own personal
Yes.
walk, right?
Yes. Yes. You
Yeah.
have to get into the word. You having problems. I learned that God separated me from everything, everyone, my family. I grew up with everyone. He's exposed so much stuff in 2024. It is crazy the amount of stuff that was exposed to me in 2024, including family. Okay.
Mm,
But you know what? He has given me so much peace,
come on.
so much joy. I can't even explain. I never been this peaceful in my life. I don't think, I don't worry about bills. I don't worry about nothing because my father told me I don't have to worry. You go into his word, he tells you do not worry because he will make a way. And he
Yes.
always did. And you have to have a personal relationship with him. You can't just sit down and depend on the pastor, depend on the church for you to have a personal relationship with him. I don't speak to God like I see some church people, you have to have this demeanor, you have to have that. No, the Lord said, come to him as yourself, as yourself,
Boom.
because pretending is not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's not. I wrote a little book, mini book about that rich parent versus poor parent identity crisis. I have
Mm,
a little book about that on Beacon. Why? Because we try to pretend to fit in so much. We do all kinds of stuff to fit in. Then why we don't do it to fit in with God?
mm.
Why we
I like
don't
to
do it
call it equal time.
equal
Whatever
time?
you're giving your time and attention to, give God equal time,
Yeah,
and then watch how your life changes. And I'm going to say something about the comment that you just made, that you don't have to worry about anything. It is true. And Matthew tells us you don't have to worry about anything. However, we still have to do our part.
of
So we
course.
have people that think, oh, I don't have to worry about that. That doesn't mean you don't go out and get a job,
Oh,
right?
no, no, no. Oh,
So I
no.
don't want, there are some people that will take that in that direction. So we have
No,
to do our part and be good
absolutely
stewards.
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Not only that, he changes you. He changes how you think. If you were quick to anger, if you go to the Lord, if you were quick to anger, you would know that you don't have to fight your battles. You
Mm,
don't have to fight your battles.
that's right.
Because by the time you sit down and you open that Bible and you pray to him, that battle is already won. You'll go there the next morning. And let me tell you, I am a witness of he will make your enemies your footstool.
Come
I'm
on.
a big witness to it multiple times. You
Tell
know,
me about, on that note, tell me, because there's somebody that's listening right now that is struggling with somebody else who is either defaming their character or they're attacking them in other ways that they're ready to throw the towel in. I want you to tell me about how you have witnessed that. Just give me an example of how the Lord made your enemy your footstool, which is what the word tells us he will do.
Silence.
Silence.
I went silent. When I started, when I started connecting with the Lord the way I am now, but before I was feisty. I would snap at you. I would set you straight right there and then I will, oh my God, you
Mm,
know. But then I chose my battles. There were some battles that make sense to go into, like you weren't waste my breath,
mhm.
I ignore, you know, my and then a lot of them I was silent. When I used to go through real tough time on the work field, I just stay silent. I stay to myself. Then suddenly you like a couple of days you'll hear, oh, hi Simone, I want to apologize for what I did the other day. And I'm like, wow, look at that. Because I was fitting to curse you out. But you know what? I stayed silent, you know, and it'll
I,
stop.
Simone, I want to say there was a scripture that just came to my mind when you're talking about silence, and it's in Proverbs. I can't tell you which exact scripture it is. It is in Proverbs. And it says, he who has many words uses restraint, for even a fool who is silent appears wise.
Yes.
So
Yes.
silence, giving yourself time to deflect and not being
Yes.
offended, because the word tells us too, we're not easily offended if we are grounded in his word.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I love that you did that.
Yeah.
I love that you noticed
Yeah.
that.
That is such that you said that so correct. So if you are indulged in the Lord, believe me, nothing phase you.
Yes.
People will criticize you and you're just standing there like, whatever,
Hmm.
whatever. I know what daddy I serve.
There
You
you
know,
go.
I know what
Yeah.
father I serve.
And it's a hard place. I mean, let's face it, we
No,
all
it's
want to
it's
fit in, we all want to belong. But when we realize that our identity is tethered to our creator and not to possessions, people, or places, then is when we can
it is
overcome.
so hard. It
Yeah.
is so hard to get to that space in your mind, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Spiritually is not hard, but mentally and physically to be able to say, listen, I don't need to fit in. I don't
Mm,
need to be around you. When it
yeah.
comes to even family that you grew up with, you everything, to walk
Hmm.
away, it is the hardest thing. But you know what? It is the most fulfilling thing ever.
Yes. Yes.
It is so fulfilling. I don't, you are at such peace. I want you to
Mhm.
know that you can focus better,
Yeah.
focus way much better when you release what does not serve you.
Oh, when you release what does not serve you. So those of you in the listening audience coming into 2025, your challenge is to write down a couple of things that you've been engaging in that are not serving you, including your entertainment. And
Yes,
that's one place that we can really, me personally, can really get lost in. I'm like, oh, this is no big deal. It is a big deal because your eyes go into your soul, and that's what you start feeding and fueling yourself with. So pay attention to that. Make a list, 3 things. These aren't serving me. How can I walk away from them? Whatever those are, and it's going to be different for everybody. So I am thrilled that you said that,
yeah,
Simone.
you can walk away from them by reading the word every day, by
Yeah.
indulging in God every day, making time, set time.
Hallelujah.
I had to learn how to set time out of my busy day just to stop 15, 20 minutes, meditate, and just speak to Him.
Mm,
Something is going
mm,
wrong. Stop, pause, speak to Him,
yeah.
because it will speak back to you and calm you.
Hmm.
Especially parents with younger kids. Stop. Don't move. You feel overwhelmed? Stop. take 30 minutes, meditate. You know, it's such an amazing thing for you to pause. And I had to learn that because I was one
Hmm.
of those parents,
Selah.
go, 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 go. I
Mhm.
was a go, go, go. I was a
Yep.
people pleaser. I was, I
Accomplishment driven.
accomplishment. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. And guess what I did? I let all that go. 2025 is no longer none of that. I'm a total different person because I went into the word of God. You know,
Amen.
he taught me, and I'm a total different person. No, I will no longer sugarcoat anything to make you feel good. I will be silent on you. No, I won't argue with you about anything. If it does not fit, it does not fit, and I will call it a day. You understand? My
So it sounds like you're in control now in a much
Yes,
different way.
I'm in full control of myself. I'm in full control of my happiness. I'm gonna tell you an affirmation that I wake up every morning to, 10 of them, but I'm gonna give you my best one, right? And
Hmm.
affirmations, we should all make, don't make ones that you hear from other people. Make your own.
Okay.
Make your own affirmation, you know? It don't have to sound right to nobody, but it
Hmm.
sounds right to you because that's yours, right?
Hmm. Exactly.
Okay. One of my affirmation is, I'm a daughter of the most high God.
Mm.
That's one of them. Of course, I attract abundance because we're calling in. But one I learned was, my money works for me, not me work for my money.
Mm. Okay, now I'm a coach for finances, so you're speaking my love language right now.
And the biggest one is, I'm manifesting my ultimate freedom. When people say ultimate freedom, people believe that I don't want to work no more. I don't want to work no more.
Mm.
I want to own my own business. I want this. Okay, yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But if you read in between the lines of those, I'm manifesting my ultimate freedom. What is ultimate freedom? All of us have a lot of what they call it, things that we're caught into.
Hmm.
So ultimate freedom is breaking free of the things that no longer serve you.
There's that term again, right?
Breaking free of the things that no longer serve you, right? I broke free of people pleasing, so I'm manifesting my ultimate freedom. I broke free of um feeling that I have to listen and honor everybody and put myself to the back. I'm manifesting my ultimate freedom. You know, I broke
Yeah.
free of the yes man. Everything is yes. That's my ultimate freedom. I'm attracting abundance because I'm attracting my ultimate freedom. You
So out
know,
of all of that, I'm going to tell you that the common theme, and I want somebody to take this and own this, is the people pleasing part.
yes.
Because again, we want to fit in, we want to belong, we want to feel like we are being honored. And people pleasing is not serving you. And then there are no boundaries, and you will sacrifice in a way that does not help you. And the people that we're trying to please, come on. I mean, keeping up with the Joneses, you're trying to keep up with somebody that you probably don't even like. And it's at your own demise. So what you're sharing is really going to strike somebody coming into 2025 that I don't
But
need to people please.
it doesn't, people pleasing goes for everyone, not only friends, places, people, work, life, work, feel, you
Mhm.
know, you have to stand up for yourself. If you do not like something, you call meetings. We are now in 2025. There's compliance and labor relations. If you do not like something on the workforce, because you have employees that they don't like something be said, they go tell it to another employee, then another employee tell it to the next employee, then the next employee, then suddenly it goes back to the boss in the wrong way.
It's toxic.
Very toxic. You know, so instead of going and telling, hey, she say these she say stuff, you tell your boss, I would like to call a meeting, and you address the matter, the problem there in a professional manner.
Mhm. Have you had experience with that? Have you
Oh,
witnessed that personally?
multiple times, because one thing about me, I talk up for myself, and that could intimidate a lot of people, even on your work. For if you're a person who talk up for yourself, it could intimidate a lot of people, and they'll call you that so-called thing. You're a bully, you know, the favorite word,
Mm.
a bully, because you talk up for yourself, you know.
And now there is a way, right, Simone? There is a way to speak truth and to speak up for yourself
Listen,
without charging it.
no, there is no such thing as charging. If you're speaking up for yourself, you're speaking up for yourself. You will be called a bully because you're not complying with what they want you to do.
Right.
That's what you're a bully. I'm not talking only about boss, I'm talking about employees, your co-workers. If you're not complying with what they want done, right? Like a
Mm.
coworker. If you put your coffee on the desk and oh, could you move this right now? Because I want to, and you're like, hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me take this out the microwave and I'll move it. No, do it right now. You see? Now, when I say, why are you yelling at me? This is inappropriate. Then you hear, oh, she's a bully.
Mm.
Because I thought I talk with authority. I tell you no lie, in my voice, I talk with authority.
Okay. All
Because
right.
I
And
want you
that's
to hear
okay.
me. I want you to hear me and understand me. You understand? If I go
Yes.
and I'd be like, well, you know, you can't do this. You're always gonna get pushed over.
Right.
You're always gonna be picked on and punked. Yeah, no
Mhm.
one has time for that in 2025. No, we have
He
to
didn't give it a spirit of timidity, right? He didn't say, oh,
exactly.
be timid, be shy, shrink back, is what I like to say.
Yes. Oh,
Because it's what I
okay.
did. I didn't want to offend somebody with the
Yeah.
truth in love. So
Yes.
I would shrink back and not say anything. And that's just as damaging.
It's very damaging because you keep that all inside, and you
Right.
you talk to your mind, consider, oh, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said this.
Yep.
Oh, I should have done that. Or I should have done. No, do it there,
Yeah.
that moment. Nip it in
Yes.
the butt right there, you know? Yeah.
Yes. And talking about your ultimate freedom, part of that ultimate freedom is releasing any negativity that you have in the moment, not holding on to it and letting it manifest.
Yes, because then you become toxic,
Exactly. Yep.
and you become a scared, you become now you start thinking evil. It's weird. It's really weird. You know, I don't understand, why is it so hard for everyone to be them authentic self?
Mm. I call it masks. We wear masks. And so,
Now, you know what's so weird for you to say that? I was just in the when I was having a shower, I was like, oh my God, I'm looking so forward to talking about stuff. I said, someone needs to tag Tyler Perry because I have a movie, and my movie is going to be called The Mask.
really, so
God
my
is
coaching,
good.
listen,
I tell
Simone,
you. I
my
tell
my
you.
coaching program is called Unmasked. Let go and live your possible.
Yes. Um,
So
I was just in the when I was in the shop, I said, so you know what? I'm gonna tell her to tag this to Tyler Perry because I have a box office bill for him. This is going to be called The Mask. And
love
look
it.
at that.
Love it. Yes, yes. And so, along those lines, you even started out with, we all do wear this mask. We wear this facade and we hide behind it. We're shrinking back. We're not being authentic. And what I have learned, because I've done it myself for many, many, many years, I was who I thought other people needed or expected me to be.
That's what I
And
was.
it is hard to live that way. It is so exhausting.
That's why I made my little book on vegan called Identity Crisis.
Can we get that book somewhere?
Yeah, on vegan. Beacon, I
I don't
have
know what
it.
that is.
hold on, hold on. Let
And
me
then
tell
you're in the midst, not to jump ships. You can give me that information, but the other, you said you were also writing another book.
yes, my book is coming out. Hold on, I'm coming.
And it's Simone Grant.
Mm. Where's the chat box? I don't see it.
Chat should be down next to participants at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue talking. I was sure put oh, here we go. I was sure put it yes. There's a book I'm writing, and I called it From Victim to Victor, Simone Grant.
Okay. And when is that due to be released?
I didn't want to call it that because a lot of people have that victim to victor. I understand that. I changed my book. It's weird. I changed my book so many times, the name of it. And I figured that one day the Lord is going to give me the name of my book because I went from victim to victor, Simone Grant story. I went from deliverance, and I really want to call it deliverance because it's more complex. It tells you all the way up, people doing things to you to steal your destiny. And this world is weird. And I feel like what can you say? I feel like I don't belong here. The things that I have learned this past summer and learned is it's mind blowing.
So
It's mind
let me stop you there again, because you keep referencing this summer was really the catalyst that made the greatest change in your life. And I
yeah.
want you to just share, as we're wrapping up, I want you to share one thing that you can think of that will really pour into our audience about what you discovered and how you overcame that discovery to help you to be who you are right now. What was something that really blew you away this summer that you made that change on?
I can't ball that up. The what?
Trusting people?
No, no.
Because remember you saying that you can't trust anybody, and that's just through a
No,
series
I
of,
can't trust nobody. No, I absolutely don't. But to boil it all up, I would say trust yourself.
yeah, I was going to say, and it's hard to live a life where you're not trusting anybody because you've got to have some confidence
I know,
in
I
some
know.
people. So,
Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working
okay,
on it.
okay,
I,
because that's a
I
hard life too.
listen, I'm working on it, I'm working on it. And it's getting better.
Okay.
Before, a couple months ago, it was worse. I'm getting better because obviously I'm a businesswoman, so I'm out
Mhm.
there. I have to trust my discernment on a lot of stuff, you know.
Yes.
So it's much better than what it was a couple months ago. The best thing I can take away and say with this is trust intuition, your intuition, and
Mhm.
that mind that talks to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially your intuition. Go with it. Go with it. Also, but bet on yourself, believe in yourself to the
Mm.
point where when people don't even believe in you, and when you even doubt yourself, you snap right back and get into the word of God. Get
Mm.
into his word. His word is amazing. It will make you see yourself in a whole total different light, a
Amen.
whole total different light,
Mhm.
you know. And me being a young single mom, and this past summer here, I learned so much about cults and destiny swapping and all these kind of things that I've me would say this is crazy. That's kid. What is who has? who has time for this? You know, like I barely could make it through an 8-hour shift without drinking 4 coffee. Imagine me trying to sit down and those stuff they do. Oh my God. You know, but it's real. It's real. And it's out there. And it's
Yeah.
out there. And I was a victim to a desperate man who seen that I was going to walk out of his life
Mm,
because he did not want to change his ability to change, to adjust to a new lifestyle that the Lord was given to him. But when people are used to chaos, they tend to create chaos,
correct.
you know?
And say that again. Hold on. And
Uh-huh.
say it slowly and loudly.
Okay. Well,
Chaos.
chaos. When people are used to chaos, they create chaos. You
Yes.
could be the best of friend, the best of wife, the best of everything. But when a person is used to chaos their whole life and they try to change, at some point they have to create that dilemma. They
Yes. Because
have
when
to
things are
create
going
that problem.
smooth, when things are going smooth for that kind of person, they will find a way to create chaos.
Yeah,
I've experienced it myself. So
yes.
you are spot on with that. Spot
You
on.
my and then my ex was the a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. He was happy go jolly 1 to 3 days, and then it was, oh, you forgot to sweep the floor, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not a but then the sweeping the floor will come to oh, it was weird. It was weird, but people pleasing.
Yeah.
You try to stick through that because you had a good man. Because you know, broken people, dear, broken people break people according to people, right? I don't believe that. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah.
I believe that it all depends on that person, right?
Yeah.
Because you have good people who go into good people life and they mask themselves as if they are good people. They
Right.
mask their self very well and they break a good person. So guess what? The same way broken people could break people, good people could break good people too, because you have a lot of people with a lot of mass. And
So I'm going to go back to that. And we, if we are people who doubt ourselves, if we are people that don't have confidence in whose we are and how we're created, nothing happens to us without our permission. So when you
yeah,
say that, broke
yeah,
people will break you, they will only break you if you don't know
you
who
allow
you
them.
are.
Yes.
And so
Now I learned
you have to claim who you are so that those threats are washed off of you. They just bounce right off of you.
I
And
learned
and
that.
here's what you said too, is you said
Mhm.
even when people don't believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. So the people that
Yes,
don't believe in you, you can walk away from without having regrets and
yes,
without hesitation. We
yes,
stay in relationships because we want to be a part of a relationship
yes,
way beyond its due date. I mean, its
yes.
expiration date. We need to get to a place, and specifically women, we need to get to a place where we are so confident in whose we are and in ourselves that we don't need somebody else, especially a man, to complete us. We don't need that. Right. And I just think it's critical to know that.
Especially a man. Your kids. You don't need nobody to complete you. Absolutely nobody. I learned you said something, right? But before I go address that, I learned be selfish with you. This is the year for you to be selfish with you.
Mm,
Your time, your energy, even that energy stuff, changing energy. Oh my God, I learned so much by getting into the Bible and the Lord revealing things to me.
mhm.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
And it comes down to being intentional, Simone.
You have very intentional.
So we
You
we say
have to,
selfish, right? And some people are going to balk at that word. Intentional. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with your energy. Be intentional with your finances. Be intentional with self-care. It's
Well,
not
you know,
selfishness.
well, intentional. Yeah, that's probably a better word, but I'm gonna call it my way. I'm gonna be selfish with my self-care. I'm gonna be, oh, listen, yesterday I said, I had a self-care day with my best friend. We treated ourselves to a Korean steakhouse. Now we know that we never know Koreans can make steak, but it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely. I thought I was in a sudden
Wow.
restaurant. So self-care day don't have to be meaning the spa, you know, a coffee shop drink along by yourself. It could be so many different things.
Mhm.
You know, I had a
Mhm.
self-care day the other day with just me putting on new nail polish. And I
Simple.
told my daughter, listen, do not come knock my door for the next 2 hours because I'm going to change my nail polish and I'm going to meditate a little bit. And that's just that. Be intentional with what you want to do, what you're going to say, and how you're going to say it.
Yes. Very good. Well, I want to end on this. I mean, you have been just
Yes.
such a delight. I know there's so much more that we could talk about, but
Yes.
I really, the point that I want to drive home is what you said probably early on into the interview, talking about affirmations. A lot of people feel weird about that. And I'm going to
Yes.
tell you, I went to visit a friend of mine that I have not seen in years in Florida, and she does not ever do affirmations. So I put a post-it note on her mirror and inside her refrigerator that said, I love you just as you are. You are awesome. That was her affirmation. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted her to look in the mirror in her own eyes and tell herself that she loved herself. And
Yes.
it is not going to happen overnight because she does not like herself at all. And it is
Mm-hmm.
clear in the way she takes care of herself. And so I told her, I said, it's going to feel really weird and awkward. But if you do it consistently every morning, and when you open that fridge, it will eventually seep into your soul. You'll start believing it. And then you're going to
Yeah,
be a different person. So
that's
if there
correct.
is one affirmation that you think that helped you the most, just one, I know you said you have 10, but if there's just one that you think will help the audience, which my audience is anywhere between the ages of 18 to 45, what is that affirmation that you would recommend?
I am the star that I look into the mirror with.
Oh, say that again slowly. I like that. I might steal it for myself.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
You
not.
won't know. So how about that?
Yes.
I,
Basically, I tell myself in the mirror that I am the star that I want to be. It's the way I say I have to I didn't write that down because I tell myself that daily when I look in the mirror. I am the star that I want to be,
I
you
like that.
know. It is, it's me, it's you, and and talk to yourself, people. Oh my God, talk to yourself. It is not crazy. You're not going crazy. Talk to
Yeah.
yourself. Shoot, some of the times I answer myself too. I get better answers.
Now that's when it goes
You know what I
crazy. When
mean?
you're out there talking to yourself and you're answering yourself, that's,
No, no,
we
no.
got to draw the
It's a
line
different, no.
sometimes.
When you have a full-blown conversation now with yourself is that's a different crazy. But you know, some of the times you can answer your own questions, them, you know. Talk to yourself. I tell myself every day, every time I look in the mirror, I am the star that I see in this mirror that I want to be. I am rich. God, Simone, you're beautiful. Good Morning Gorgeous from Mary J. Blige. The best song on her album that you can imagine. I tell myself, Good morning, gorgeous. What are we here for today? Father, what would you like me to do today for your kingdom? You have to
Mm,
talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. You put on your clothes. God, I look so good. Invite that how can you say that? Oh man, it's right there on my tongue. Just invite that high vibration. Yes, that high vibration in your day. You wake up in the morning, you make your coffee, you grab your coffee, you go into work, you're in your car talking. I'm gonna have a good day today. Nothing will hinder my day today. Then here come your boss, drop the car, someone knock over the coffee on your desk. But because you told yourself early in that morning, I'm going to have a good day today. Nothing would hinder my day repeatedly before you went into work. So when that coffee fell, it didn't bother you. It was like, oh my God, let me help you wipe it up. You see the difference? This is
Absolutely.
this is how you start to change. This is how you start
Yes.
making yourself feel good and feeling worthy instead of unworthy.
Mm.
You know, it's
Mhm.
just telling yourself the things that's going command your day.
There
Yeah.
you go. So that I couldn't have said that better. The affirmations, saying them to yourself in the morning and saying them throughout the day, saying them at night when you go to bed, have a restful, peaceful sleep tonight, you beautiful thing, whatever
Yes.
that is, right? Because one thing that I know, and when I ask this question, I usually ask it in my coaching program, is if the thoughts that you have were on a Megatron at the stadium, would
Mm-hmm.
you be ashamed, embarrassed, or would you stand up and applaud it? And I'm going to leave on that note because whatever you're thinking about yourself, you probably would not even think about somebody else that you despised. But
Yeah.
the way that we talk to ourselves about ourselves is it's horrific, and we need to stop. So I love that we're ending on affirmations. Nothing's going to hinder your day. You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. Say it to yourself, right?
Yes.
Say it to yourself. I love that you do that. I really
Yes.
do. And, in ending this, we will probably more than likely have a follow-up because I
Yeah.
know people are going to want to hear back from you. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for sharing the stories and what you have learned in your own life that I know is going to impact and help somebody else who is listening. So with that being a final note, is there any last piece of maybe advice that you would like to add before we end?
Have faith. Believe in you and believe in God. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, believe me, a lot is happening. And I am honored to be a witness to that. And that's it.
Yeah, very good. Well, beautiful. Thank you. God bless you. And the audience, I hope that you have gotten something out of this. If the minimal that you got is to start talking to yourself in a positive light, then we've done good work here.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
all right. God bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.